Okay, my mic should be coming through. It's actually just through my webcam, and so yeah, Let's okay. Now you should be seeing me on your screen. Alrighty then. So, okay, so today I'm a little bit late, and here, let me mute that, which you can't hear, but I can hear it in my ear. There we go. And I'm just getting distracted here. You can see by the video on. Well, you can't see. That's right. You can't see it because I'm on my webcam now. I have a new scene stuck in there. Okay, so let's just go to desktop, I guess. So that would be that, and should now see my desktop here in just a few seconds. I'm just watching this off of YouTube, so it's like a delayed reaction. I'm just seeing if everything is looking right, because I'm still kind of new to this stuff now. Now, apparently it went to intermission instead of going to, okay, desktop. I forgot is super F2 or meta F2, or it's actually just the Windows key on my keyboard, but I'm not actually running Windows, so I don't know. What do you think? Windows or meta? In any case, so yeah, in just a second on my browser window it should be okay. Maybe I should turn off of that because it's just it's gonna keep on popping up and popping up, I guess. Or is it gonna do multiple popping ups? Nah, it's not. Never mind. What am I thinking? Oh yeah, there we go. Now there's two of them. And then soon there'll be three of them, and then soon there'll be four of them, and so on. So I better stop before it gets too crazy. Anyways, let us go to this. Actually, let's go to the to-do list. Okay, so pretty much finished everything that was on the to-do list the last time, or yesterday. And so at this point, this is what I can do right now. So, you're standing at crossroads, a signpost which has 4 destinations. Pointing on the right is a sign that reads Nightmare Castle. Pointing on the left is a sign that reads Pleasant Village. Pointing south says To the Beach. Pointing north says Mountains of Ice. Where would you like to go? And so I can hit 2. Oh, I don't. Oh, that's right. I don't have 2 linked up. I don't have anything linked up except for 1. Okay. Okay, so, but that's all I can do right now because I don't have the other locations linked up right now. I haven't put in the names. But the only other thing that I have that's that doesn't work is if I hit 0, 0 isn't going to work. 0 is the original start room, which is the crossroads, and I call it room start here, but it's actually it's called crossroads. You're standing at a crossroads, blah blah, right? So the thing that I'm going to tackle today probably is the figuring out what way I'm going to allow this to be able to traverse the whole, either the whole tree or maybe like go up through the tree, like maybe do it like a linked list, or there's a thing called groups here in Godot and Redot where you can group them and then you can access children through the group. So I have to figure out what would be the best, or maybe even the easiest way to access all of them. So I could leave it like this, and I could access them through group. That would require a little bit of extra programming, which means getting the group, then getting the children, then essentially going through and matching everything. Okay, so, and this thought just occurred to me, and that is that I can actually link Well, no, I can't. See, I still can't link it. I still can't link Crossroads to any of these because these are only looking for the direct children. So the only children in here, there's actually no children, even though I actually put in the room name. The room name is Crossroads. So there's got to be a couple of things. One is making a way of traversing the tree. The other way is to do the groups, and the other way is to make these none of these child nodes of each other, and just literally have them just be individual nodes that I can access. Maybe room start. Maybe I can make this a separate node, even a separate location for that matter, where everything starts. Maybe I could make it a menu screen or something, but that would just it be a. I mean, I could do it like a room description, where the room description is basically your title screen. That's not actually a title screen. Later on, we'll probably have title screens and menus and all kinds of stuff. And where your first room is underneath that, but then all the rooms, they're not in a tree-like structure. They're just simply loosely under the start room or the menu or whatever you want to call it. So that's the thing that I actually have to decide right now. See, the manager here changes room to the choice. In fact, I can refactor that to where I don't have so much code in here right now. You know, and I can also make sure these are elifs. It almost doesn't matter which one it is, because once it changes room, it's no longer, well, it's still going through the thing here. So yeah, I can do a thing. I can make them elifs so that it will jump down to the bottom, or I could do something else, maybe. Change room by choice. Okay, and this is finds the room here. So there's actually a lot of things, a lot of ways I can do this. And I was going to go to do and figure out, well, what's the next thing that I should do. Maybe let's see. It's kind of ambiguous, but say decide how I want to. Here, wait. Actually, let's do start a recording. I want to record me coming up with a to-do list here. So I believe I put it on. Here. Actually, let's check something here. My audio's on. Good. Okay, so let's do this one. Start recording. Okay. Decide how I want the rooms to be organized. Tree structure, or just a list. Well, we'll leave it like that. We'll just leave it like that, generic. Link. And I didn't actually link all the choices there. I just did the one, and so I have to deal with this now. So link the rest of the choices. Make sure you can go to any connected room, because that's going to be a thing there. And actually, over here, if you notice on choices, I have Crossroads, but since it's only looking at the child, it doesn't see Crossroads. It doesn't know it's there. So I have to have a way to find it, which might include going back up through the traversal deal, or finding a different way of doing this. And one of the things I'm going to do here, okay, let's go back through this. Here, let's see something here. All right. Let's go here. let's do something here. Let's put this on the next line down, like this, and here let's say run through the tree nodes as data tutorial. I put that in tutorial. I put that in quotation marks because it's not actually really a tutorial. It's a bunch of code, and he kind of explained how it worked. And so I'm just going to go through that real quickly, and then okay, so link the rest of the choices. Make sure you can go to any connected room. When we're done with that, then what would be the next thing off of that? Would I create some sort of a menu? You're not clicking. Maybe I could make a. Maybe I could still do what I said. Maybe I could make the menu a the initial room, anyways. Even if I do the tree structure on the rest of the connected stuff, I could, the menu could be a simple room descriptor. So basically, it'd be pretty quick and easy, and then that way at least I could go back through to the top. But that still doesn't mean about organizing everything. So okay, so let's see. Make sure you can go to any connected room. Let's see here. Here I'm gonna the tree nodes as data tutorial. Okay, that's that. Decide how I want the room to be organized. Okay. Okay, let's actually switch these around. Let's do this. Run through the tree nodes daily. Decide how I want the rooms to be organized. Let's take this and put this up here, and let's say create a menu Just thought of something. See, create it. Okay, before I do anything, create a menu out of a room descriptor. Basically, it's gonna make a room menu, and it's just gonna be the same choices 1 through 9 via the choices. You won't be able to exit until I find a way of traversing the tree, going back up to the top or whatever. Okay, and then rest of the choices. Okay, so okay, so let me see something here, which is not there. That's my stupid. Here, let's put a blank window for the browser right this second. Let's go back into Redot. Okay, so let me think this through, and that is being able to go to any room that's. See, if I did this another way, what I could do is I could make sure all the children that are connected are under the same thing. In other words, okay, so if I made this a menu, okay, let's forget the menu. Okay, so say we're in the crossroads. Here, let's run it. Here, actually, let me go ahead and stop the recording because that was part of the to-do list. I'm not sure if I'm doing any more on the to-do list, but here, let's just stop that recording. I can make another recording afterwards. Okay, so you're going here. Now you hit 1, you go to Nightmare Castle. Now because this is a parent, I can't go back up to Crossroads. But what if these are all on the same level, and everyone that's connected to it is on the same level, which is kind of what you do anyways, isn't it? So then it wouldn't be, yeah. Well, that would be the parent, right? Parent-child relationship. If I did it via the, if I did it via like a linked list kind of setup where I have the parent node, and I think this is what the other text adventure actually did. So the parent node is going to be this Crossroads or this room start, right? So I should be able to go to the parent. I should be able to check all the children and the parent that ways. And that way you'd at least be able to always go back up one level. Now, that doesn't mean that if I wanted to teleport somewhere, I could teleport anywhere, because I couldn't. I'd have to go up the chain, right? Yeah, I'd have to go up the chain. And I'd have to, in order to find, let's say I made a completely different, like, room. Maybe it's a isolated room. Maybe it's a thing that you can only get through magic or something. Or transport, like if you're doing a sci-fi transport there. It has to have a way of being able to randomly access the rooms in order to switch to that room. So you couldn't run up to a parent here. You'd actually have to go up through. Not only would you have to go up through all the parents, but if it didn't actually have a parent, then you wouldn't be able to access it unless I had a way of going through all the rooms. You know, maybe if I had rooms like that, though, maybe they would be under their own parent. The parent would actually be a controlling deal. Maybe I could have something in there that states whether it's an actual a room to display. Maybe it's not a room. Maybe it uses a room descriptor, but maybe it's not technically supposed to say anything. Maybe it's just supposed to have your choices and your links and stuff, right? Okay, so you need a way. Okay, you probably wouldn't need a way, because a thing that's not accessible through normal means you have to do something specific or special to that in order to be able to access that. In which case, they might have to be able to access a like a special room descriptor or a special deal that says these are all rooms that don't have a parent, and I could put that in a separate node of some sort, right? Yeah. And it wouldn't show it. It wouldn't put the visuals to the room viewer. In other words, it wouldn't copy the description to the room viewer, because it's not a room that you're actually in. It's just a room that you can access stuff from. So whenever I call change room, and it picks a choice, and I click change room, actually change room could have a special deal in the function stating if it couldn't find any of the children, that it has to go look in the special other scene, I guess, this other room that doesn't have parents or something. So you need to be able to access. It'd be like a singleton or something. You need to be able to access it from anywhere, from any room. You need to be able to access this special room. Now it's in the room manager, so I could put any room, and I could make it any room a special room if I wanted to. And I could have it access it, and it would access those children first, and it would go through that if I wanted a room that wasn't connected to anything. And instead I wanted to, if I wanted to go back, that means room start would be, all the rooms would be on the same level. In other words, all the children would be at the same level. So what I would have is room start might be a menu, and then I would how would I do it? Room start would be the menu. It would display choices, like the start game or whatever. Then you hit it, and then you go into the ones that are connected. The crossroads would actually be its own room connected, and they could all be connected to the crossroads. In fact, they could all be. Yeah, I didn't even think about this. The other text adventure thing did that, and which is something that I should do anyways. And that is, I should always have the room that I go to. The room that I come from, right? The parent. So the parent should always be in the descriptor as well. Yeah, and then you assign it by its name, and it can be. It only needs to be one entry because it's only one room. I think. Yeah, you're only coming from one location. You can't come from multiple locations physically, like. You can't be in 3 places at once. Now I can make a thing where there's 3 places at once, and somehow through some weird dealy, I could show all 3 locations on the screen, and then, it'd be some weird magic, it'd be some specific deal, and I would have to actually write a story and everything for that specific, what do you call that? For that specific scenario, I'd have to do some special programming for it anyways. Okay, so this kind of makes sense. So I need a parent. So okay. So let me go back to the. Let me go back to here. All right. So let me go ahead and restart my recording. Okay, let me do one thing for a quick sec. What was it? F4, right? F4. So now you should just be seeing my head, and okay. So have you explored grid maps in Godot and /clone of Godot? I've looked at it, but it's not directly applicable to my game. I'm just replying to somebody in the Blender channel on the Libera.chat network in RC. I've looked at it, but it's not directly applicable to my game right this second. But yeah, when I was trying to figure out how to lay out my initial UI. Sorry, I don't know why. It has something. It's not just to do with like a psychological deal where I'm on camera, but when I'm in here, part of it has to do with, I guess, the heat of the computer. So my room is much warmer than normal, and then when I'm on camera and I'm talking like this, my nose itches a lot worse. I got allergies and stuff, and so you're gonna see me doing this a lot, which is kind of maybe not very nice to look at, but it happens. So I'll try to minimize it whenever I can think of doing it. But okay, so anyways, okay, so I'm going to go ahead, I guess, and start recording. Let's see, let's start recording. Wait, let me check something first. Okay, I'll just go ahead and start recording right now, and then let's switch back to desktop. which is, I believe, is F2. You should be seeing the desktop, I think. Here, let's see. Am I seeing the desktop? Yes, I'm seeing the desktop. Okay. Now, okay, so let's go back to the to-do. Even though that other video was the other recording I made, you won't even see the recording unless I edit it and update it. But I stopped the other recording because I was trying to talk through and trying to look through this thing. But what I want to do on here is, so create a menu out of the room descriptor. Run through the tree nodes as data tutorial. Let's not do that just yet. Let's go ahead and add a parent to the room descriptor, so we know where we're coming from. Okay. Okay, so I'll do that. Add parent. Okay, and then the next thing we'll do is add a parent to the room descriptor. Then allow the find room function. I guess this is going to be, this is still partly code. Really, initially I wanted to make it for a behind-the-scenes thing so people can watch and not really be particularly about like the tech aspects, like the code and setting up stuff. But this is part of making it, so I guess I guess that's what I have to do that. I guess only programmers and game developers will really find that fun, but that's okay. I guess I still have a lot of time left to find an audience and everything. So we're going to allow the find room function to examine the parent room, to be able to go back. Then I'm going to then we have okay, so we're going to do that. We're going to add the parent room. We're going to do that. So add the parent room. We're going to modify the find room function to allow you to go back to the parent room. Then we're going to create a menu. We're going to create a new room, but it's going to be the menu room essentially. Then I am going to go through that tree nodes tutorial. Then I'm going to decide how I want to organize the rooms. Do I want a tree-like structure, or do I just want a bunch of rooms like access all the rooms or something, or the rooms will be organized. Maybe I just want to leave it as it is, but also be able to go through and do the groups organization thing. Anyways, link the rest of the choices and make sure we can go to any connected room. Okay, so that's the thing, going to any connected room. So your parent room, okay, so like you have a crossroads, you come from somewhere, you're that at this point now you'll still have the room start will be parent room, but I'll probably call it, here, let's see, create a menu out of the menu descriptor. I guess in the same step, and rename room start to the initial room. And the only reason I'm saying initial room because I'm trying to be generic even though you know that the initial room, the room start, is actually the crossroads room. Uh, just because I'm not trying to do specific, like in this to-do list. This is just in general. Um, Rename the room start to the whatever the initial room is, um, and I don't know. I guess it doesn't really matter because I'm only going to do this once, right? If I do anything like that in the future, I'll probably be reorganizing stuff anyways. And so, anyways, rename the room start to the initial room, which will be, in this case, will be crossroads. Okay. So after we do that, then I go through the tutorial. Then I decide how I want the rooms to be organized. Like I said, if I want a straight up tree structure, if I want to do groups, if I want to just have them loosely, I can do loosely, and then I could actually have like I said, a special room that's accessed through the room manager directly. That all room descriptors can have access to somehow. Maybe a room descriptor. I'll put something like, I'll call it something like special, and it'll be a room descriptor. How'd it be? Special. Well, it won't be a start because it'll be like a collection of rooms, won't it? It will either have to be a special node or a special descriptor. Let's see something here. Run through the, okay, how I want the rooms to be organized. Maybe I won't worry about the special rooms thing because we're not going to do that right now. We're not going to magically teleport to a location or something. But you know, later on, I might, anyways, do a thing of where it stores the previous room descriptors. Maybe it comes. Maybe I come up with a list. The room manager might house a list of all the previous visited rooms, and then and maybe they'll just be like room names, so they'll just be like strings. That won't be the whole room descriptor, but to where I could go in and yeah, might do that later. You know, a history of your room choices, and so you can go up through the list. We'll have to see, I guess. That shouldn't be in part of this to-do list though. Decide how I want the rooms to be organized. Link the rest of the choices. Okay. Link the rest of the choices to make sure you can go to any connected room. Okay, got that. That's good. So now the thing that I wanted to do is I want to rename some of these numbers: 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Would you give me a moment? Give me a moment. Here. Let me go to intermission just for a quick second. Hey, welcome back. Welcome back myself. I'm welcoming myself back to my computer. I'm welcoming myself back to myself. Alright, what were we doing? Okay. Let's see something. I should not still be recording. Okay, good. Let's go back to do list real quick. And why? 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. What happened to 20? Did I delete 20? What? 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 20 is not there. What happened? Okay. Sorry. I guess you're not really seeing this. Okay, let's go here. Let's see. Where's 20 is not there. I guess I'll just copy this, and we'll make that 20. Hopefully I didn't like remove anything here. Okay. So let me go back over this so I know exactly where I'm at. Getting the text here. Okay. Again, stupid nose. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, so add parent to the room descriptor so we know where we're coming from, which is fine. Allow the find room function to examine the parent room. Allow the find room function to examine the parent room to be able to go back. Right. Okay. Create a menu out of a room descriptor. Create a menu out of a room descriptor and rename room start to the initial room. Okay, great, got that. Run through the tree nodes as data tutorial. Decide how I want the rooms to be organized. Link the rest of the choices and make sure you can go to any connected room. Okay, let's see here. Sorry, I don't know what's going on with my nose. Driving me nuts. Okay, link the rest of the choices to make sure we can go to any connected room. Okay. Alright. So just to make my thing final here. Okay, so now we are going to go to Redot. Let's go. Let's say Loom. It's the first time I've seen your face. And in triplicate. Yeah, I was just running it from YouTube itself to see if everything looks and sounds okay. But the longer I stay in, the further back it goes. Kind of neat. Anyways, I am back to working now. Okay. So, what do we want to do? Let's see. Maybe I want to refactor that little bit of code there too. Let's put that on the to-do list. I get the fact that okay. Refactor some code. And that's okay if it's not on one of the recordings. I'm sure it'll be on there somewhere. It doesn't matter. It's not like I'm gonna put a bunch of the to-do list footage onto into the edited videos, anyways. But as part of me working, I wanted to put that in there. I may not put any of that recorded footage of me actually making the to-do list. But okay, so refactor some code is in there. Okay, so the first thing we want to do. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and start a new recording because now I'm recording these in clips so that so that it'll make it easier for me to edit later, so I don't have to go through everything. Okay, add a parent room to the descriptor so we know where it's coming from. Okay, so first thing we want is we want the room descriptor text, and now do I do a code thing where I okay, so do I do this in code where I have the room manager actually save the parent room when I change rooms? Maybe that's what I want to do, right? I don't need to export it. I'll still have the variable in there, but I won't export it because you're not setting it manually. It's going to set it when it changes to a new room. When it changes to a new room, you're going to set the parent to the new room. And also, what I want to do, I think, is I want to make sure I clear it out. So, let's see. Parent room. Okay, so you go into room 1, and your parent room is the outside, and then you go to room 2, and your parent room is room 1. I'm going to be setting the new. So, what I kind of want to do is I want to make sure that the parent room string is clear before I change rooms, because I want to make sure it's clear every single time, so that there's no lingering, like somehow we end up going back to it, and like later on, like somewhere in the future, I'd be going back and going, why does it still have that room in there? I don't remember that. And I'll be like, oh yeah, it's because I didn't actually clear it out, so it's never clearing out. And that might take, a lot of time to fix. So let's go ahead and add another var, but this time we're not exporting it. Var, call it parent room name, colon string equals blank. So that's what it initialized to. And then when I go to change rooms, let's go to room manager, let's go to change rooms, find room, change room. Okay, current room equals new room. So what we want to do here is, the first thing we want to do is say current room dot parent room name equals empty string. Okay, current room equals new room. Now we want to say okay, we want to save the current room name. So that would be what is it? It's room name. But here, let me go back to the descriptor. How's the actual variable? It's just room name underscore lowercase, right? Okay. So let's say previous. Let's see. I don't know if I can put a var in anywhere, but I'm going to do it. Var previous room. Actually, here I'll just go ahead and do this at the top, even if I can do it. That previous room name equals current room dot room name. Okay, so now we got the previous room. Now we clear out the parent room name. Then we change to the new room. Then we say current room dot parent room name equals current room name. Wait, equals previous. No. Oh, equals previous. That's right. Previous room name. Okay. Now, of course, I suppose this can be considered a little redundant, right? Because here I clear it out here, but then I just set it here, and it almost doesn't matter, right? Maybe what I should do is if current room, right? Oh, well, we're already in a room, so the actual current room, the actual room we're in, is already valid. So that's technically going to already be valid. We just want to make. Oh, yeah. When we change it, right? So what's going to happen is, okay. So current room name is actually the new room's name. Okay. So I guess it's not redundant. It's just the way I was looking at it because I'm a pretty horrible programmer. Okay. So this is what we do. We save the current room that we're in, the current room name. Then we set the current room's parent name to blank. Then we switch the current room to the new room that you want to change to. Then we set the current room's parent room name to the previous room name, which was the parent, basically where you came from. Then we do the deal about the viewer text. We put the viewer text in the current room description in the viewer text. And then else you're going to print here. It's like sort of like an error here or whatever. Okay. So now let's see what does the next thing say here. Allow the find room function to examine the parent room to be able to go back. Okay, so this is so this is just the change room. Okay. Find room. Let's see some here. So this is the children, we say get children. This we break, and then this we return found room. Let's see. For child and children, if child is room descriptor, if child room name equals room name, found the room child, break. Okay, so this is what we want to do. We want to say if okay, let's go down here. If found room should I say not found room or is equal to null? Let's say is equal to null. Then see, found room is equal to null. Then if okay, so we only got the okay, so I'm running into an area, a problem here. The problem here is that I just have a name, so essentially I still need to somehow find the room. Now I can save the room if I want to, but I still need to get the room. I still need to get the parent room. So how do I get the parent room? Let's see, how would I do that? Here, let me look at the thing here. Okay, so alright, I might need to change this anyways to reflect what I actually just did here. Okay, so let's just go ahead and we'll stop the recording so I can figure out what my problem here is. Okay, so I'm gonna go to the that particular tutorial, and actually I can do it in a new tab. Let's do it in a new tab. The Redot text adventure, Godot control node master, no, dynamic choice dialog. Now it's actually the scene trees there. Okay, so you shouldn't be hearing this. I'm gonna go ahead and run it, and I might be silent here for a sec or two. Okay. Huh. 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 Hmm. Interesting. See, if you notice here, the Cave of Time, choose your own adventure narrative map, and so he's just going to tell you how. See, the thing that is being able to go back to like your previous room, right? And so you're going to need to traverse the node tree somehow, and that's the one thing I never really took into account. I just kind of did whatever because I didn't really understand everything that he's actually going to put in here. Anyways, I'm gonna run through. Let's go to this next part. Download the project files. Okay. Here, just give me a quick sec. Okay, sorry about that. Keeping the coffee hot. That's what's going on. Any case, let's see. Here, let me take a brief look here. And okay, okay. So he has a story node, which is essentially like my room class. Okay, got it. That's fine. Okay, we got that. That's essentially what I'm doing. I'm actually really using this a lot in a sense. I'm not copying it word for word. I'm trying to figure out how it works. I'm trying to make my own implementation. I could have just copied and just used it probably, but that's and that might be in line with what am I doing here? I'm not recording. I'm just streaming. Okay, sorry about that. So I'm essentially doing this here. I could have just copied it and used it, but I find that when I just copy something, I don't really know how it works. When I write it myself, I kind of know how my own thing works. So that's kind of why I'm doing that. I'm not really doing it, even though I want to save time as much as possible and just like do the bare minimum I can and just to get something working. That's why I brute force this other this code in here. I actually put these choices. I can actually refactor this. I can actually make this string called choice and then append the numbers to it and doing all that kind of thing where I don't have all the same thing, because choice equals find room choices and then whatever the number is. But so yeah, I can actually I'll refactor that a little bit, but just trying to get something running and working to a point that I need it at. Okay, so But this one thing, as far as the structure and stuff goes, when I copy somebody else's deal, it kind of doesn't tend to, how do I say, I can copy little snippets of like functions and little things that work, but copying like just using their whole code, sometimes I don't understand how it works. So up until this point, I'm actually doing a similar thing. His story node is essentially a room node in my thing. Exporting multi-line string, which is what he does, a choices array, which I do, and then a jump to node. Um, I don't have this, whatever this jump to node thing is, though, which is a string. But I do in the sense that what I'm doing is I'm reading the room children and then using it to match up to the room name. So we're going to see how he does it, and maybe I can fix my own problem here. And that's kind of what I'm doing too. I made a separate viewer, made a separate viewer node, which basically copies the room description into the viewer node's text, so that the room descriptions themselves are just descriptors of and essentially containers of what the room contains. Which right now all it is a single description, because the choices are actually displayed in the description. So I don't need a separate choices, like a separate choice thing right now. Yeah, and he's just talking about why aren't you just using the node name? And he was saying that there's certain characters that aren't allowed, and in his deal, he's wanting to be able to put spaces, punctuation, and whatever in whatever the title of the story node is. In my case, what a room would be. But what I do is I'm doing the same thing, but I'm just making my each room has a room name, and it's a string also, and so these are just strings that I'm matching up. So far so good. I get it. Okay. Okay, grab references to the narration and choices dialogue. I get it. Okay. Huh. Pack scene. Oh, I didn't get that. That's interesting. Okay. Is this okay? Is this still a story node, or is it? It's not a story node, right? It's his little. No, that is right. Huh. Okay. That's the thing that gets me here. Node. Export multi-line. Okay. No, see, this is a different deal, right? Title screen, story screen. Called when the node enters the scene tree for the first time. All right. Huh. Okay. And I'm sure his is a lot more, his thing is a lot more, efficient, more, I don't know, it's probably more correct, you might say, than what I'm trying to do. Because clearly what I'm trying to do, I still haven't found a way of traversing the tree, basically. The room tree. And, now let's see something here. Okay, so I'm still in the room manager, and so what we have is we have a current room, which is the room it is. Huh. I mean, I have to completely change my thing around if I want to match what he's doing. So what he's doing is still not applicable unless I want to go ahead uh, and follow his thing exactly. So then we come to the point of where I am. Here, let's go back to the to-do real quick. I added the parent room. We'll leave that. We'll add that as a done deal. Let's see. Run. Okay, I already kind of did that. In fact, delete. Okay. There. Delete. See, we'll add this there. Delete that, and we'll add it here. Okay, so examine the parent room, be able to go back. Okay. I still kind of need to do that. I need to find a way of being able to navigate back to the parent. And I'm not sure. Room start. You know, I could do this. Well, I don't know. I don't know if it's if it'd be like a circular dependency or not. What I could do is let's think. What I could do. We have current room. Well, there's two things I could do. One is I could do current room, previous room, like that. And so literally be previous room. It would go back into that room descriptor and just change it to previous room. That's essentially like a copying it, right? So whenever I change room, I put the so instead of the previous room name. Okay, where did I put previous room name? That's just a variable, huh? That I created. Okay. What if I... Okay, all the current room is just the descriptor, right? So previous room would have access to the previous room's nodes. And all it would be doing is setting. In other words, if I went to Nightmare and then I went back to Crossroads and then went back to Nightmare Castle and then I went back to Crossroads, it would just keep switching the rooms. But I could go further down, but I could also go further back up, depending on how deep I wanted to go. Maybe that's what I should have done in the first place. You think? Maybe? Okay, let's go back into... Okay, let's do something here. Let's start another recording. Let's go back into the to-do list here. And... Okay, so how do I want to do this? Allow the find room. Okay, let's not do the find room. we're going to actually change this a little bit. Add a parent to the descriptor so we know where we're coming from. I actually don't have that done. Here, since I don't have that done, let's go ahead and leave that off. Okay, oh, there's, interesting, 16, that. Reason I'm not doing tabs is because I'm starting this at I want it to be like right aligned with the period here. Because if I do tab and I start it, they're all going to start at tab. In other words, 9 is going to be like left aligned. I mean, I could do it left aligned, I guess, but that means that the periods would all be in the wrong order unless I put a space. So I'm kind of aligning them this way, so I have to either do a copy or whatever. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, add a parent to the room. Okay. Actually, let's do something else too. Shift, delete, insert, and delete, insert. Okay. So add a parent, which means now you're gonna have previous room and current room. So add a previous room. No. That's okay. Add it. Okay, don't add it to the room descriptor. Add a previous room to the room manager. Here, there we go. Room manager, like that. Okay, so we're going to run through the tree. I already ran through that tutorial again. Add a previous room to the room manager. Then, let's see, link some of the choices. Make sure you can go to any connected room. Okay, so link the rest of the choices. We'll do that. Delete. Okay. So when we do the previous room, then we'll link the choices. Make sure you can go to any connected room. So when I tell it to find room, okay, so then we change the find room class. Here, let's do that. Let's take this out. Let's put it here. You know what's funny is, okay, so Control C and Control V was from way back from like word processors back in the day. I don't know, probably WordPerfect or WordStar or one of those probably came up with that, and that kind of became the cut and paste keys of choice. But in like old DOS computers and Windows later and some stuff, you had Control Insert and Shift Insert. Let's see. Wait a minute. What was it? No, it was Control. No, it's Shift Insert, Shift Delete, Shift Delete, Shift Insert. How was that? Dang it! Now I forgot the actual keys. Shift Delete, Shift Insert. Yeah, it was Shift Delete and Shift Insert. So I don't know. I don't know if Control C and V were part of the old word processors, or if Shift Insert and Delete were part of the old word processors, or if it was part of DOS, or if it was something to do with Macintosh. I don't remember. But lately, what I do is I do Shift Delete to remove to cut some code, and then I do Control V to paste it. And I don't know, somehow it just makes more sense, or it's more natural to me just to do it that way. So it's kind of goofy, but that's how I always do it. So, and because I have my left key on Shift, and then I can instantly go from the arrow keys to delete. So I can do Shift Delete pretty easy. Honestly, Shift Insert would probably be easy to do, but I'm so used to switching up and going Control V to paste it for some strange reason. I mean, it just always works for me though. Okay, so let's get back to work. Add a previous room to the room manager, right? Okay, I do that. Link the rest of the choices. Make sure you can go to any connected room. I can do that. That means changing. And actually, maybe. Okay, so let's do this. Do that. Do this. Do that. Then instead of just linking the choices, modify find room to check the parent check the previous node before checking child nodes. That's another thing. That's mixing two different models, I guess. You know, previous and current versus a parent and child. So I don't know, previous, current, future nodes. The future nodes. I mean, it sounds, you know, previous and current, and then future kind of sounds correct, but it doesn't sound correct in the deal of like future nodes, because although it's right. So it's the nodes that I'm going to connect to in the future that it could pick any, but they're also child nodes of the current room. Anyways, modify find room to check the previous node before checking child nodes. Okay. So we'll be checking the names, and if we check the names, then we'll switch. We'll switch them. We'll switch previous to current and current to previous, so that way we can just switch rooms. Okay, and then we do create link the rest of the choices. Then we create the menu out of the descriptor, rename room start, and then I guess decide how I want the rooms to be organized. I might have to just delete that because that might not be relevant anymore. Okay, so let's do the thing here. Let's do the thing. The thing is, we're going to add a parent room. So previous room, var previous room colon room descriptor equals null. You know what? And just because I'm a little bit I don't know, obsessive compulsive or something, or I just like things to be aligned. Oh, right, because it's done. Okay, right. Let's see, Control H. It doesn't do Control H, does it? Okay. Okay. Find and replace. Let's see. Editor. Scene. Project. I want to search for something. How do I search for something? Doggone ya. See, it's usually Control F to find, but if you want to find and replace, it should be Control H. Oh, no, it is there, huh? No, it's not there, is it? Okay, forget that. Control H. I can't believe Control H is not replace, find and replace like it is on normal things. Editor settings. Editor. Okay. Let me check something here. I'm still on desktop. Okay, good, fine. Fine. Let's just do like I do here, anyways. Let's do a search, and really, I'm just asking the Brave search engine's Leo AI assistant here, but how do I find and replace text in the Godot editor? And since right now Redot and Godot are essentially the same thing right now, although Godot is going to have 4.4 out soon, and I don't know how the Redot team is going to handle that. They're going to wait till it comes out stable and then update Redot engine to that, or what? So we'll see here. See, Control H. It should be Control H. Command H to open the replace dialog. Huh, I wonder... Okay, so I wonder if it's different in Linux. Let's see that. You can find and replace text using the following methods. Control-Shift-F, find in files. Script editor's replace tool. Open the script editor, select the text you want to replace. This also says Control H. Control H does not work though. Although this is Redot, so maybe it's different than Godot. But I would think that this, just the script editor here, Control H, does not work. So I wonder what the deal is here. Yep, hacking on code today, that's right. Tomorrow I'll be doing editing again. I was doing code yesterday too, though. Okay, somebody to me. I can't hear your stream. Let me check something. My mic is on, so you should be able... GB Games should be able to hear that. I don't know why you can't hear that. Let me go into YouTube normal and let's see if I can hear myself. I can hear it, so I don't know what the deal is. If I can hear it through YouTube, and I'm just playing it as a normal link, so it's actually going up there, coming back. It's nothing to do with the OBS or anything. In fact, almost still sounds like my voice is clipping a little bit. I mean, I can turn it down, I guess. I can turn my voice down just a slightly. Maybe. GB Games. I can't understand why, because I can hear it, and I think most others can too, but let me ask first. Okay. Can you guys hear my stream? That sounds funny, doesn't it? Can you guys hear my stream? I wonder. Okay. So, any of you guys in IRC that can hear my stream, let me know, because somebody apparently can't, and I want to make sure that it's not on my end. So, let's see. Can any of you guys hear my stream? Yep, it's on in the background. So apparently somebody else can hear it. Well, let me double check my own computer is fine then. Okay, different YouTube video is playing audio just fine. I don't know. Others are saying they can hear my audio just fine. So I'm not sure what's up. Maybe reboot. I'm on Linux, by the way. Linux Mint Debian Edition 6. I just refreshed the tab. Now I hear you weird. Yeah, sometimes junk like that happens. It's also possible you could have clicked... sometimes on some of these tabs there's a little speaker that pops up. At least, maybe it's just in Firefox, I'm not sure. I'm actually running Brave browser right now, so... so it's possible maybe you clicked the little speaker and that's why you couldn't hear it. And that's why when you refreshed it, it worked fine. Because it reset it. Who knows? Okay, thanks. Okay, so now, what was I doing? Oh, yeah. So anybody that's watching that's on Godot, or that uses Godot, I should say, what is the key, and especially if it's different in Linux, it shouldn't be because it's just Godot itself. What is the key to find and replace text? I thought it was Control H. I thought it was pretty universal, but for some reason, okay, to be clear though, I'm actually on Redot. I'm not on Godot, but it uses the same code and everything works the same and it looks the same. So I figured it should have the same everything. Actually, let's see. Search. Oh, replace. They have a Control R for replace. Is that normal for Godot? Does Godot have Control R, or is that something they changed in Redot? So I finally figured it out. Okay, if you use Godot, is Control R the replace key in that as well? Anyways, now I can go back and replace some text here. Okay, so let's go ahead and Control R. Okay, replace. Actually, Control R kind of makes sense anyways. I don't know why it was Control H all those years before, because H doesn't, F is for fine, but H is for what? What does H stand for? That's ridiculous. R makes a lot more sense, but I've always used Control H on everything, so that's what I thought it was, Control H. So, okay, I'm talking too much. Replace. Okay, so replace. Okay. Actually, I don't want to replace previous room name. I want to replace current room with cur room. And let's just replace all of them. Okay. Everything good? Good. Okay. Alrighty, so now we're not doing parent room name, we're doing previous room. So now we need to change change room. change room. Okay. Actually, if I go back to the to-do list, add a previous room to the room manager. Here, okay, we're gonna do the same thing that we've been doing here. Let's take this here and let's put this, find, add previous room to the room manager. Let's do that. And then we'll make this 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Okay, so add a previous room to the room manager, which I actually did, so let's go ahead and do that. Modify change room to save the previous room before changing. Okay, so that's what we're going to do right now. We are going to change. Okay, so previous room. Okay, so we're going to do this. We're going to say delete that. That's okay. Prev room equals current room. Okay, that is easy on that. Parent room name. Current room. Oh, but that's right, we're in the room manager. Okay, let's go into room descriptor. Let's remove parent room name. We're just having stuff in there. We're gonna the room manager is keeping track of current. It's gonna be the thing that keeps track of all the nodes and stuff. So if I want to do any kind of like searching the node tree or anything like that, it's going to be in here. It's not going to be in the descriptor. Descriptor is only a container node to contain items. Later on, it's going to have a separate choices deal, maybe a separate navigation deal, along with the separate choices deal. Later on, it's going to have backgrounds. It's going to have inventory. It's going to have whatever's in a room when I actually get to the graphical portion of it. And if you don't know exactly what I'm doing, you could start by watching the previous streams. Of course, they're 3 and 4 hours long, and I'm still trying to work on editing them, and I still haven't even gotten around to actually editing the first one. I made timestamps of the first video, but and I still have to make timestamps of the other videos before going in and actually editing everything. And so I'm not going to be having actual updates for a while. What I might do is on my own time, that is outside of the edit stream, which is on Wednesdays and Saturdays, is I'm going to go through and timestamp everything. Like I timestamped the first one on stream. What was it? It was last Saturday. Last Saturday, I did the timestamping of the very first video. Excuse me. So I'm not going to put the audience through that again. I'll timestamp the rest of them on my own time, and but then when I get to the edit stream, I'll actually do the editing at that point. Anyways, let's get back to our deal here. Okay, so now the previous room has the current room in there. Okay. Okay, so we're going. I guess we'll assume. I don't know of a defensive way of making sure that previous room is kind of okay, because at this point you're in current room, and current room is valid, and previous room should then be also valid. So if I do anything with previous room, well, actually, when I change room, maybe I'll check and make sure that previous room is valid. That way, that'll work. Okay, so room descriptor, Control S. Then let's go to room manager, and that's okay. Current room dot parent room name equals previous room name. Okay, that's gone. Why is this not gone? Should that not be in there? Because I removed it. I removed it from the descriptor. I saved it. Now you don't have a previous name in here anymore. And that means that room manager should also not have a parent room name. Okay. Let's not worry about that. Current room equals new room. Current room name, we're not doing that. Okay. Okay, so current room and viewer text, put the viewer text in current room. Okay, so we have that. Now, we just changed, okay, so we just, okay, so we modified change room to save the previous room, okay, for changing, which we did, which is pretty simple, pretty easy. Okay, modify find room to check the previous room, let's say room, before checking child rooms. I could say connected rooms, but child rooms is probably fine, so. Okay, find room. Found room, colon, room descriptor equals null. Children, var children equals get children. Okay, so. Room name. Okay, so first thing we want to do is if, well, actually I don't need those, I guess. If prev room dot room name, if the reason I put room name here underscore name is because name, I think there's a property called name on a node, and this is the descriptor is descendant of node, so I put room name just to so differentiate. I know it kind of sounds redundant, previous room name, but that's just the way that it goes. Okay, if previous room dot room name is equal to room name, that then we say found room equals prev room. Okay? Found room equals previous room. Okay. And it's going to return that room descriptor. Okay. Else, now that means this has to indent. Kind of what I don't like. Okay, I need a. Okay, so I need a colon. I need a colon. I need to indent this. Indent. There. I kind of don't. I like the idea of putting. I like the idea of putting parentheses around blocks here because this can still get confusing if it's too big. If it's too big, sometimes I can't tell, you know, what goes to what. Sometimes. Anyways, so now we do this down here. So found room equals previous room, return found room. Okay, so and if previous room is null for some reason, it shouldn't be ever null, but if it is, then it will return null just like change room would actually do. So now, that being said, let's go back to our to-do list. Let's we just did that, okay? Now with that in mind, let's see if we can now go back to the previous room. I already have crossroads set up in choice number 1. And the reason I did choice number 1 instead of 0 is because on the keyboard it goes from 1 to 9 and then 0. It doesn't do the 0 first. So it's kind of acting like it's a 10. But with an array always starts at 0 and ends with 9. So this one has a 1 because your first choice that I want you to press is 1, not 0. I could make it 0. I mean, I could make it 0, 1, 2, and 3, but in a sense, it kind of doesn't make sense when you're playing it. If somebody was playing it and they didn't know anything about arrays or programming or anything, they'd be like, why is that 0 there? Why is it not the first? Why is the first one not the first one? Now, obviously, 0 is not really a number, or not considered a number, or however you want to say it. It really is a number. I'm not saying about math or anything. I'm just saying when you look at 0, you're thinking 0 as not one of the numbers on the, but it's also a key. So if you want your 10th choice, you can only have up to 10 choices in this, just because the way I coded it. But later on, I can make it do any. Maybe you can pick any key or whatever, or something. But in order to do that, I have to specifically tie the key to an action. So let's say I put N for Nightmare Castle, P for Pleasant Village, B for Beach, and M for Mountains. Well, that would mean I'd have to go into the input map, and then I would have to actually I'd have to link every single key, or at least every single key that's used to an action, to a choice. And we don't have that many choices, and it would take forever to do that. I'm sure there's better ways of actually inputting, but for this purpose, because this initial phase is a quick choose your own adventure, and it's just supposed to be quick and easy, the most basic thing I could do is just this 1, 2, and 3 thing, and later on I might do the navigation things, like A, B, C, and D, that sort of thing. So, okay. So now the next thing I want to do here is, okay, so when we run it, because I already have Crossroads in there, that's actually the name of the room. The room name is Crossroads. I'm going to go ahead and put Crossroads in it. Okay, so let's run this. Let's see if this thing works. Okay, so if you hit 1, what's the problem? Okay, so there's a problem here. Invalid access to property or key room name on base type object type of nil. That means previous room interesting. I don't know. I guess I have to say if pre-room and if pre-room and then put parentheses around this. That. Okay. Stop that. Let's redo it. Okay. You're reporting Dark Castle, aptly named Nightmare Castle. If I hit 1 again, it goes back there. If I hit 1 again, 1 again. Da. Okay. I guess, I don't know, I guess it just wasn't ready yet. I had to go through a loop or something before it can do that. I think it's it's not weird, but it's kind of weird because at this point it should already be like a valid room, right? When you go to Nightmare Room, it should be a valid room and should, you know. Oh. I see. Wait, if room name, oh, because there was nothing in previous room for the room name for the. Oh, I get it. How dumb of me! I'm stupid. Let's do it. Okay, so let's do. Let's do it a little bit differently. Let's return. We'll do it more simply, right? Let's return child. Okay. I don't actually need a break after the return, I don't think. We'll return null if there's no return. And then what we'll do is we'll say pre-room. Well, actually, I can just still do the and, can't I? Okay. Let's just do. Okay, we'll just do it that way. If pre-room and the name is the same, then return pre-room. Okay, and then return null, and then found room. We can delete that, and Bob's your uncle. All right. Let's remove a lot of these indents here. Don't need them. Okay. So, now, it should still work, which it did work. 1. Uh-oh. 1. Okay. The only thing here is the choices are in the description dealie, so if I don't put the choices there, you don't know that the choices are there. That's all that was about. Okay. Oh, what happened here? There we go. Else return child. Okay. All right. So now, what? I have to. Okay, I have to remember to actually click on the window, or else it's not going to go here. Okay. Oh, I see. I see what's going on here. So whenever... Well, how come it doesn't automatically switch here? It should actually switch to this. But it does switch to that. Let's close it. Okay, I don't know what happened. I don't know why that was working weird, but okay, whatever. We got that. We got that. So let's go to the to-do list and link. Okay, so I haven't actually linked the rest of the choices yet. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and do that. Link the rest of the choices. Okay. Let's go to room start. Okay. Nightmare Castle, Pleasant Village, the beach, Ice Mountains. And actually, I could have just made it simpler than that. I didn't actually need to do that complicated. Okay. So room start. Okay, so Nightmare Castle. Okay. Pleasant Village. The beach. Ice Mountain. I don't know, did I call it Ice Mountains or Ice Mountain? Ice Mountains. Huh. Does this say Ice Mountains? Mountains of Ice. Okay, Ice Mountains. Alright. That's fine. Now let's go into each of these. Hit 1 to go back to the crossroads. Okay, and we're just gonna Control C, and we're just gonna do that in the rest of these. Okay, beach. And let's go to the mountains. Hit 1 to go back to the crossroads. Okay. So now, let's play it. And let's do this thing. Go to Nightmare Village. Go back to Nightmare. Go back to Crossroads. Go to Pleasant Village. Go back to the Crossroads. Go to the beach. Go back to the Crossroads. Okay. So now the next thing. Okay, so I need to mark that off. I'll mark that off of the to-do. Okay, we got that. Create a menu out of the room descriptor. Rename it room start to the initial room. Okay, so the first thing I want to do here is room start. And actually, it's kind of weird because if you rename a node, it should rename the nodes. Like, I should be able to rename this room start, and then I should be able to click a key or right-click the context menu, and it should automatically switch that. But let's go ahead and rename this to Crossroads. Okay. Now, it's not going to know Crossroads here because it's called room start. If I'm right, it should error, right? Okay. It didn't actually error. Why? Because it couldn't change to the room, right? It didn't change to the room because, and so that's just the kind of default text I have in there, which is kind of interesting. I mean, I guess it's kind of cool there, because it means it didn't actually fail here. Debugger, if errors. Node not found. Let's see something. Is there a way to rename? Oh, I could have hit rename though, and I bet you it would have changed it. But that's okay. This is the only one here. We're gonna call this Crossroads. That. Okay. Okay, so that should still be cool. Yeah. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay. Gotcha. Okay, so now we rename that, and then now the next thing is I'm going to, that's a room descriptor. Okay, so let's actually do the thing, the thing. I'll have to do something special to exit the program, because I can make the main menu I can make the main menu a room. So let's see, what would I do if I was going to 0 could always be the exit to menu deal. Well, I'm not even thinking about saving or anything. I should think about saving in the for the future though, but I don't know where I should put that. Being able to save like your spot in the game, right? I guess I'll have to figure that out later. Okay. So let's always I guess I'll always make choice 0 to exit, right? And we'll just do that naturally as a thing, right? Okay, so we'll do that. So instead of, okay, so let's go to the room descriptor. Let's remove that. Let's remove 0. That. Oh, I see why I did that though, because we're starting with 1. Well, 0 doesn't have to be choice. I mean, it's not a big deal, but what I have to do later on is I have to bump it up to 1 to let choice 1, like bump it down, like you choose your choice and then you always do minus. So then you have only 10 choices. I could always put 0 exit and make that a... I guess I could leave 0 in there as exit and then just put 0 as exit whenever I can do that. 0 is exit. Okay, so let's do something here. Let's put this as a space, hit 0 to exit. Okay, that makes that really simple. Hit 0 to exit. Okay. Then let's go in here. Let's put space. Oop. What the what? Okay. Here. Let's do that. B. Okay. Go into here. Something here. Go B. Here. Like that. Mountains. Like that. So now these all have hit 0 to exit. And we're actually gonna, I know I didn't put that in the to-do, but we'll just let it slide. And so this is what we'll do. Okay, I don't remember what to do in Godot or Redot to actually exit a program. So, whoops. Oh, interesting. Wait a second. Whoa. Oh, it's because I hit okay. I thought something was wrong here for a second there. Okay, never mind. Okay, so how do I exit a game in Godot? Or in I should say in GD script, but probably get tree quit function, which is a built-in tree class. Okay, get tree quit. Okay, I got it. Whoop. Okay, let's do this. No, not that. This. Okay. Instead of changing room, we'll just do this. Oh. Yeah. Get tree quit. Get tree. Wait. Oh, dot. Of course. Okay. That. Now let's see if it all works. Okay. Where'd you like to go? Nightmare Castle. Okay. First 0. Okay, that's fine. 1. Wait. Okay. Darn it. What? I don't get why it does that. Let's go back to this. 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 2, 0. See? And now exit works. We have an exit. Okay. So yeah, that works, doesn't it? Awesome. Okay, so let's go back in here. Right. I still need to rename. Oh, that's right. I need to, okay. So I need to create a new room descriptor. Here. Add child node, room descriptor. And let's put this up here. Let's make sure that this is underneath that. Room descriptor. We're going to call this main menu. Actually, I can go back to calling this room start, can't I? Room start. Let's go back into, let's call it back up here. Instead of accessing crosswords, we want to access room start. Okay. Room start equals room start. Okay. Now, room start is going to say and then we set it to the crossroads. Okay, so welcome to welcome to Nightmare Castle. I'm not really making a game here. I'm just, playing around mostly. Welcome to Nightmare Castle. Hit 1 to start, and then hit 0 to exit. That. Control S, and then description. Now let's go into the choices. 0 doesn't really matter. 1 is crossroads. Just like so. We save it, and now we have a main menu. Obviously, it's not centered or nothing. It's because I had those problems trying to figure out the stupid UI and stuff. Maybe I'll figure it out later. Maybe I won't. It doesn't really matter. This is enough to get started, and then in the next time, yeah, it's almost 5, so I should be quitting here soon anyways. Nightmare Castle, hit 1 to start, 0 to exit. Now, 0, exit. Let's do this again. 1 to start. You're standing at the crossroads. 0 to exit. And I got a functioning game, essentially. I just have to make the screens and make sure that, 0 to exit, right? So now I can actually make a functioning game. So let's do this. I just did that. And deciding how I want the rooms to be organized. The nice thing is, unless I make it to where you can't, yeah, let's see something here. room start. I have find room actually just get the children nodes. So what if I not do just the children nodes? What if I actually go through the whole thing? Manager is separate, so I don't need like a recursive thing. But maybe I want to find all the rooms connected here, and I want to match them. So that way I can actually literally teleport somewhere if I want to. I might do that in the next time. Okay, so let's just say okay, let's just leave these for tomorrow or for Thursday, right? Okay, so let's just do something here. Tuesdays and Tuesdays, if you know what that means. Tuesdays and Tuesdays. If you get that one, you get a cookie. Okay. Thursday, December the 12th. So Thursday the 12th. Okay. We'll do this. I mean, I already kind of have an idea of what I want to do. Since the room manager has access to all the rooms starting at room start, it's just basically going to be able to go and find in each of the. Yeah, you know the one thing that I could do is and I'll do this later. In fact, I can go ahead and let's just go ahead and add this to the to do. That is what was I going to say? So I'll create another. Here, actually, let's just here. Whoops. Delete. Shift insert. We'll leave that there. Oh, duck on you. There. Okay, and we'll say that is there. But in here, refactor some code. But in here, what we're going to do is create a when it says find room, create another find room that traverses the whole tree. So I'm going to actually do both. I'm not going to delete this find room, but what I am going to do is I'm going to have another function actually go in and go through all the children. So I'm going to have this for just the immediate deal when you're selecting something. However, if it doesn't find anything here, then it's going to have to go through the whole tree, at least for right now, to see if it can find those rooms, and then it will return if it finds it. And that could be a big thing, but if yeah, you know what I should do? Okay, let's change that. Create a separate parentless room tree. And create a find function. Okay. And all I'll do really is I'll just make it a basic node, and then I'll make all the children will be room descriptors, but they'll all be their own. They'll all be room descriptors, So if I want to teleport somewhere that doesn't have any visible way to get in, for instance, well, I don't know. Do I want to do that? Or do I want just a separate find? Maybe I want the separate find after all. Okay, we'll leave it like that, I guess. Okay. So, there we have it. I made some good progress again today. Okay, so, pardon me for a second. And I'm just going to go here. I'm going to stop recording. And I'm going to start streaming here in a second. Okay, so looks like I got plenty done today, and it wasn't a lot less. It was not quite 3 hours, but I got a good. But see, I also got a good amount of stuff done. So, so basically, we now have the basis of a working game. Now, if I want to. I'll still do those few things. I'll do the code refactoring on some of it. I'll make a find function that will traverse the whole tree if it does not find if it doesn't find an option in any of the children that map to any of the choices. So you click on it and it looks and it doesn't find any names. Then it will drop down and it will do the find node in that find function. And then when I'm done with that, then I'll actually get started on the game, which means... So what I was doing before is all my handwritten notes, I put them into a text file. And I was going to put my rewrite notes in there, and I realized that I only have half of my rewrite notes. The rewrite notes that I wrote were for the good guy characters. So... I still haven't decided yet, but I'm thinking I might go ahead and put those in the text file too. And then my original idea was to go to something like ChatGPT and paste the text in. It's a long text, so I don't know how much text it'll be able to take in for me to paste. It might be too long, I don't know. Or maybe I'll have it look at, maybe I'll put it in Pastebin and have it look at via Pastebin. And no, I was going to have it actually help me write this based on my notes. My notes have a story and stuff, so I'll have it come up with the locations based on what I wrote. And then what I'll do is I'll write a shortened form of the game, because this is phase 1. Phase 1, the choose your own adventure phase. It shouldn't be too long to make, because all I'm doing now is I'm making descriptions and I'm making choices, but I want to make a full game. But I don't want to spend hours and hours and hours and days just working on this game by putting everything in. So I'm gonna keep it down to the number of locations. Why is my background? The background lighting keeps changing because I'm changing position. Anyways, so what I'm going to do is now as many locations as I have will be about how many pages will be in there. It's basically how I'm going to do it. So so I'm still going to make a full game, but I'm going to make sure that it's small enough that I can complete it in like a sitting or something, because you don't want me spending all 2 or 3 hours over several days just typing in stuff in the game. So but I'm still going to show you the process, and I'm still going to do that, because when I go to the next phase was actually to create an independent navigation system. This means like north, south, east, and west, and it's actually independent of the choices that you make. You know, open door, go in, or something. Say you're at the Nightmare Castle and you want to go in. Well, instead of going north, and it could be north, but it could be south or whatever, I would say instead go in, open door, that sort of thing. You know, um, I mean, I could obviously probably link most things to a room, to the directionals, really. But you might want to pick up something, and you might go on to some other place, right? So the choice would be pick up, you know, pick up log, or and that's the other thing that begs the question of inventory, because the inventory phase is not going to be till like quite a bit later. So if I can't pick up something, okay, so if I can't use something, I can't pick up something that I can't use in that scene. So that I'll just make that as a rule, which might keep it limited, but it doesn't really matter because the whole purposes of the phases is so that I start with something small and I build on it, and I continually to build on it, and I continually improve it. So that probably won't be such a big rule. Okay. And it might be harder than I think. I might get to a point where I'm going, I can't do anything without stupid inventory, and then I'll have to go do inventory. But we'll see. We'll see. I'll revisit the phases later on, and maybe I'll revise it and stuff. Anyways, I want to thank you for watching and or listening to me ramble on about making this game, which right now doesn't resemble much. Apologies for the brightness, because it's the adaptive brightness of the webcam. I think it's changing the white balance depending on what's in the scene. So like if I turn this ways, there's less light or something, so it's brightening up because there's less or something, which is kind of weird. If I do like this, then it darkens back up. I don't get it. Anyways, it doesn't matter. But apologies for that. I'll see if I can figure out some way to mitigate that. Maybe turn that off or something. I don't know. Then I'll have to rely on my lamp lighting, which I need to figure out all this stuff because I'm still new to streaming. So I want to thank you for watching or listening, and I will see you. I'll actually see you tomorrow. But only if you're interested in editing in Blender. I'm using Blender to edit my footage when I actually get to editing, and since I did already timestamp the very first stream I did, I can start editing it. So I actually start editing that. But the updates are going to be Wednesdays and Saturdays, which means the previous 2 days streams or recordings are going to be edited together. So. And it's going to take a while for me to catch up. But I should be doing some actual video editing tomorrow on my first streaming day, and I'll get it down to a few minutes, and then I'll have to timestamp the other one, and I'll have to timestamp the other streams, and maybe even doing a little timestamping in the recording, because now I'm recording clips instead of recording the whole stream. For one thing, it means it takes up less space, and for the other thing is it'll make it easier for me to edit together quicker, so I actually get stuff out on at a good time. Anyways, thanks, and I will see you later.